Citizens of the Reject Nation, we are about to watch Netflix's Frankenstein. Guillermo del Toro, Jacob Elordi, little Oscar Isaac. Before I give our preamble thoughts, how are you, Aaron?
I'm doing good today, Coy. I'm excited. I wanted to watch this movie since I saw the first trailer. Love me some Guillermo del Toro.
Hell yeah.
And I think it's going to be a good one. I've heard nothing but positive buzz around this, so this is a good thing to start my Friday with and kind of carry on, even though we're past the Halloween season at the time of recording this. Coy, how are you, man?
Still spooky season. It's still autumnal. It's,
Okay.
we're in the vibes.
Yeah.
Hallows. Halloween's Hallows Eve. We're in the Hallows. I'm excited to watch this. I do want to preface that I think everyone should see every movie they can in theaters. The way Reject Nation works is we all have a movie where we have to sacrifice our viewing experience of it. This was mine. I get to see a lot of movies in theaters, but I want to be a part of the team, so I sacrificed my GDT Frankenstein experience because I'm a huge fan of him, but I want to make sure I do my fair share to Reject Nation. But you are hopefully not watching this the first time at home. Netflix and streamers and all of these companies are chipping away at the movie theater experience, so I want the theater experience to exist. So if you have the opportunity to see this, my doing this video is not condoning not seeing this in theaters. I'm in fact making my opening about seeing movies in theaters. Go see movies in theaters. I wish I could have seen this, but I want to thank everyone that is a patron for watching this in its entirety with us. You get to watch this fully like you're sitting with us on the couch, all 2.5 hours of GDT goodness. So head on over to Patreon. There's also exclusive watch-alongs that John and Greg do over there. You also get 15% off tees like these. Me and Aaron are inverse today.
Yes.
We're wearing the same color config fits with Reject tops, but flippity-flopped.
Flip, flip.
So if you want to dress like me and Aaron, I don't know where to tell you to buy pants, but I do know where to tell you to buy shirts. That's rejectnationshop.com. Become a patron to get 15% off. Without any further ado, this book was written some time ago, and it's taken that long to get us to this moment to watch Guillermo del Toro direct it. Let's find out how Frankenstein is in 3, 2, getting it.
We get a special Frankenstein intro from
Nice.
Netflix. Hey,
Nice.
That's dope.
That's clever.
I don't know if I've seen any proper Frankenstein adaptation before. I think this is my first one. Yeah, man.
Have you read? Have you?
No,
This
dude.
is your first Frankenstein.
This is my first Frankenstein.
I'm honored to be joining you on this journny. You've never, none of the original Universal Monster movies, no Bride of Frankenstein. No.
I haven't seen a single one.
Wow.
I know Frankenstein's a monster, of course, obviously through pop culture, but yeah, this is my very first one.
Some would argue that Frankenstein's the doctor and the monster is all of us. But you'll see.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful.
I've read the book. I've seen many adaptations. We're in very different spots, but I haven't seen this one, so that's exciting.
Okay, yeah. I'm curious to hear where this lands for you.
Kaptajn! Kan vi tale sammen? Vi skal bryde igennem isen. Mændene er sultne og udmattet. Vi kan ikke arbejde i den her fart, uden det kommer til at få konsekvenser.
At first I thought they were speaking English, just really gibberish.
Just pirate-coded.
Just pirate-coded English.
Hold dem i gang! Kaptajn, med al respekt, jeg bruger på vidshed. Og når vi vender om mod St. Petersborg, så snart vi fri af isen. De mener ikke, hun har cyklet de ret meget længere, og de har brug for at vide, at de kan komme hjem til.
It is so brutal. Just looking. That's so effective.
Allerførst styrmanden her er mene noget som helst. Vi har påtaget os et værv, og vi vil fuldføre det. Vi skal nå frem til Nordpolen. Er det forstået?
All right, good luck, y'all. Yeah, something like this or like Crab Fisherman. I don't know if I could do it.
Man, yeah, those Discovery Channel shows. Woo. I do like watching things like this, period pieces especially, whenever I'm doom and gloom about the world, because the news is always so ominous, and I feel like we're inundated with it, and you compare your life to this?
Yeah, you're like, oh, it could be worse. Granted, it is bad, but you see, you don't have to freaking be in snow.
Thaw your feet out.
Exactly. Don't get trench foot.
We got different problems, but
yeah.
it's nice to have a little bit of, comparative analysis.
Yeah.
Gør en håndfuld mænd klar.
Wow, was this shot for IMAX?
It is beautiful.
This is a massive
The
scope
frames
and
are
image.
amazing. I love the lenses he's using too, because they're not warped wide, but they're so wide in scope. You've got so much frame.
Hvor kommer alt blodet så fra?
Where's blood come from?
Oh,
Hello, Dr. Frankenstein.
A majestic man.
Ooh, woof.
Et bjørneangreb.
tror jeg, kaptajn.
His leg is broken.
Yeah, very. Oh, God. Oh, don't do that. Oh, I guess you have to. Oh, bro. Okay. Is that in the other ones?
I believe it's in the book. I believe it's in some of the adaptations, but like the Aaron Eckhart one, I don't remember that, and some of the more recent ones, I don't remember that.
I'm really digging the intensity of the music and have this kind of beating, almost like a fast heartbeat.
Oh, cool!
Whoa!
Oh, the smoke billowing off him.
Right.
Incredible.
Ooh, just the eyes. Whoa. Wow. He looks so freaky. Yeah, you don't stand a chance. Ain't no way. Ooh. Ooh. That's a watermelon of a head.
Man, this setting to open the film is beautiful.
Oh, wow.
What a stunt.
Ooh.
English with that lion roar underneath it is fascinating.
Yeah. Ah, shit. Oh, my God. He freaking twisted his arm. I'm so bad with limb things. Oh, God.
Your kryptonite is watching limbs.
Oh, God.
I love the way there's like practical fire and smoke, but they're adding elements of CGI for like the embers and things.
Yeah, it's a good observation.
That hand cannon, goddamn.
Something tells me, nah, whoa. Ooh. Yeah, that mix of CGI and practical is very cool.
It, like all the Del Toro character design, but they're doing some stuff that can't happen practically. It's really cool because I can't see the lines all the time. Also, they're lighting the eyes. Like they're doing a really cool job having the fire be most of the natural lighting, but like the overblown sky makes it so you can see.
Whoa. Also, what a great introduction to this monster, showing how threatening he is. Wow.
They've been shipping away that ice, and this is
just does it by himself instantly.
the water, the ice underneath them, I'm guessing.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you can't outstrength slippery ice.
Wow, the visuals, man.
That's beautiful. Haunting, but beautiful.
Laudanum, to ease the pain. Drink.
I love that they didn't give up the doctor. Like, it's interesting to see like characters by their decisions, and they just rescued the dude.
Yeah, now it gives you insight into their values.
How many of your men did it kill? 6. It will come back and kill many more. All of you, if necessary, unless you deliver me to you. Whether you believe me or not, it will come back for me. And when it does, you must promise that you will put me out on the ice and let it take me.
Whoa. What brought you to this point, man?
What manner of devil made him? I did. I did. I made him.
Wow.
Man, I always love Oscar Isaac's acting. It's fun to see him in something so like Shakespearean, something so big and operatic.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I've never heard that voice from him before. Love his versatility.
My name, Victor Frankenstein. It was my father who gave me that name. Know what it means? Conqueror. It all started with him, my father, and my mother.
Shit, I'm locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
He builds a world, some special.
Victor's Tale.
Oh, look at that. Look at these. Like the design work on this wardrobe's
Fascinating.
insane.
Costume design, yeah.
Je suis ici.
What language is that?
I think it's French.
Oh, that made sense.
My father was a baron. He had married my mother largely out of convenience, as her dowry was considerable and her lineage noble. It furnished my father with the means to preserve his rank.
Look at the blowing in the wind, man. Oh, Wardrobe is such a character for Del Toro, and in this environment, like the things he could do. Look at that. That's surreal.
Wow, the ribbon in the wind. Beautiful.
He was absent from our lives, but when he came home, the entire household bent to his will.
Claire, dear. Victor?
Father.
The rest of the time, Mother was mine.
The salts in the meat will enrich your blood as well as the baby's. You eat for two, remember?
Oh. Yeah, totally chill guy, you know.
Just enjoy this blood sponge.
It's nutritious.
Yummy. Oh, with the drip down.
Yeah, what an introduction to these characters.
I would hear them through the wall, arguing incessantly, yelling at each other about wealth, the state, and me. Their voices filled me with fear.
That heartbeat.
Yeah, you're right. It has come up a number of times.
Average male heart weight?
9 to 11 ounces, Father.
Average female heart?
8 to 10 ounces.
Why do you suppose that is?
Volume of blood, Father. Muscular irrigation.
Now, describe the main function of the tricuspid valve, please.
I cannot recall.
The main function of the tricuspid valve is to prevent the reflux of blood into the vena cava.
His skirmishes to blood without even being around blood is great. Like this sequence.
Your face, however, is vanity.
Ooh.
Wow, damn.
You bear my name, and with it my reputation. I pray you remember that.
Damn.
No pressure.
Shuffle.
Uh-oh.
Father? Father!
Hot water and clean linen, a lot of it. Now,
Oh, the blood in the shoulder.
Oh, great catch.
Father! Father! Save her, please!
Oh, he's covered.
Yeah.
All that symbolism of her red dress and his aversion.
Oh, man. The handprint. Oh. This poor kid. Just having to hear your mom scream like that. Oh, man. What a casket.
Yeah.
I got like a face cover or something? Oh, okay, you do.
Yeah, the idea of a death mask like that is so unnerving, but that's, I imagine, common in cultures.
My mother, whom I had come to consider a part of my very self. She who I thought would never leave. She who was life was now death. Her eyes extinguished, the smile feeding the cold earth.
Wow. That was really poetic.
Yeah, I mean, I read Mary Shelley's book in high school, but the language of it I always thought was beautiful, and it feels like he's pulling much more directly from that.
A part of the universe had been hollowed out, and the firmament was now permanently dark.
now, cover your eyes.
No, you just got your dad left. Ugh.
And he's got the kid he wanted, blonde, and little light eyes, it looks like.
William grew full of sunshine and smiles, clearly favored by my father. He was the breeze, I was the storm. My mother had died at the hands of the most distinguished doctor of his day. My father, an idea took shape in my mind.
When you kill your dad?
Father? You let her die, did you not?
I did everything in my power to save her. You must know that.
So you failed.
Now I get to whip you with the stick.
Yeah, emotionally.
Yeah.
No one can conquer death.
I will. I will conquer it. Everything you know, I will know, and more.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you,
I
Dad.
was born anew.
I like the idea of death being the thing to spite through his father.
I had a vision. I saw, for the first time, dark angel.
Oh. Oh, fascinating.
Man, what's it like in the brain of Guillermo del Toro?
And it made me a promise. I would have command over the forces of life and death. I would become every ounce the surgeon my father was. I would surpass him in ambition and in reach.
Wow.
The vision was so clear, clearer than anything I'd ever seen in my waking hours or dreams. But how?
Ooh. That makeup is incredible.
Yeah. And that even like his outfit, it's so hulking and just patched together with like Frankenstein.
2 revolts and a fire on my mother's plantations dwindled the family fortune. We kept the estate, but lost everything else.
The dichotomy between how he reacted at his mother's funeral and his father's.
I put
Walks
it on.
away like, all right, on to the next.
William went to one side of the family in Vienna, and I to London, then Edinburgh.
But still loving to his brother.
I tried to expand the narrow limits of academia.
Mad science, you say?
This is life. We are born, and no sooner do we rise, we fall. And in the space between that rise and fall, our humble little burden.
God, I love Oscar Isaac.
And whoever wrote this, whoever adapted, man.
Conception, that spark, the animation, thought and soul, that is in God's hands.
I didn't know Waltz was in this.
Ah,
At least I think that was him.
But death, now there lies the challenge.
with some awesome shoes.
We are not gods. But if we are to behave as immodestly as gods, we must, at the very least, deliver miracles. Show that man may pursue nature to her hiding places and stop death. Not slow it down, but stop it entirely.
He's such a good mad scientist. The conviction, the perseverance, the sprinkling of truths to get people on his side.
100%. Yeah, and his charm as well. Yeah, his conviction definitely sells it to make people excited about it.
Do you propose
Ralph
to
Ineson.
teach what is impossible?
It's Galactus.
It's Galactus talking to Moon Knight.
Opposite subject to the body. No coarse stitching needed by my own technique. The arm, you see, comes from another specimen, that of a carpenter. The muscles, ligaments, nerves, all connected now.
Not afraid of blood anymore.
I've conquered my fear.
That is a beautiful thing constructed.
Whoa.
Now, the spasmodic movement of the body caused from the electric current, this is not...
Oh, that's an awesome animatronic.
Yeah.
This is a hearing doctor, not a carnival act. You're not helping your cause, Victor. This galvanic trickery will simply not do.
Trickery. Are you sure? Not trickery, that is a decision. Motor coordination between the eye of one dead man and the arm of another. Release now, please. Please always help.
Turn that on. God gives life, and God takes it, Victor.
Perhaps God is enough. The answers only come when coaxed by disobedience, free of fear and cowardly dogma.
Oh, no. Oh.
Professor Krempe.
God, like, I get where he's coming from, but he's also definitely fueled by ego as well.
It's beautiful. And I love the idea of Eastern sensibilities, like once she mixed with Western all in the 1850s, like combining these mad sciences.
My name is Henrich Harlander, and I carry with me a letter of introduction from your brother William. I asked for the privilege of your acquaintance. It won't take but a minute of your time, please.
Very well.
This is Dr. Schultz's great cousin.
He wants to introduce you to his fiancée, my niece, as it happens, Elizabeth Harlander. A very nice young lady, fresh from convent life. The photographs are mine.
Mia Goth, eh?
Yeah.
You really believe you can do it? Assemble a man? Full new body and give it life?
You saw it today, didn't you?
What I saw was a crucifixion, really. You were done for before you uttered a word.
I still showed them.
They will forget by supper time.
Damn.
Please do not think me rude, but my day has proven long enough, and I believe myself totally unfit for the company of strangers, so... I've taken quarters in Edinburgh. 3 days from now, we are to meet with William and Elizabeth, and that evening I will change your destiny. I will show you something extraordinary.
You have my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
They're both so captivating, and seeing their different styles of acting and obviously the characters being just so different is so wonderful to watch, like the chess match.
You're using the nervous system to deliver the surge of energy, are you not?
Correct.
It's the sustainability of the life force you command is very brief, wanes, evaporates.
Nervous system burns out. Interesting.
Exquisite. Flesh rendered onto wood. And the cadaver lies on the plank, is peeled away layer by layer, and the...
Whoa.
moves a mere 3 liters of fluid.
But it's a vast network.
Oh, it's remarkable.
Yeah.
To do that 200 years ago.
Very impressive. It looks beautiful, too.
Have you ever been to those museums where they have like dissected bodies and you can see them in motion and muscle and bone and stuff?
Oh, but I want to.
It's very unnerving. I've been. It's beautiful, but whew.
I will endow your pursuit with unlimited resources.
And in exchange?
No need to become indelicate. Researchers for truth and transcendence, kindred spirits.
Yeah, what do you get out of this?
Yeah, that's why. Don't be indelicate and ask.
I may in time ask you for a favor in return, but it's mostly the privilege to record your process for posterity.
I work alone.
I'm very quiet.
William!
Victor.
Look at you!
May I introduce the woman I'm to marry, Lady Elizabeth Harlander.
She herself's infatuated with death. Or at least curious by the idea of it, seemingly from that first frame.
Yeah, what an opening shot to cast Mia Goth.
Absolutely delighted.
I'm gonna steal your wife.
Sorry, bro. Wow, the feathers.
That's for being
in that
Dad's
headdress.
favorite.
Used to have it easy now.
The manner and virulence of your expulsion, uncalled for. Why provoke them? Why not just carry on without calling attention to yourself in such a manner?
How safe, even by your standard. You almost sound like Father. He was a most tactful man. I, on the other hand, fail to see why modesty is considered a virtue at all.
The rebellion against Father always.
Even as children, I mitigate his voice by staying silent.
If life can be regenerated, not as a mere simulation, but as a divine act by physical, chemical means, why whisper it?
Screaming from the rooftops. It's a game changer.
You're amused?
I must be, yes.
Are my ideas not clear?
You certainly expressed them loudly enough.
Pray, carry on. Ideas.
Honor, country, valor.
Valor?
These surely are worthwhile, elevated ideas by themselves, wouldn't you agree? And nevertheless, men are dying for them. That is what happens when ideas are pursued by fools.
And you think me a fool?
Brandy and cigars. The boys are waiting.
How often a man
What a great first scene for her.
is he's met an angel or a devil, only to find it is all an illusion. The game of chess we play.
They've given everyone this indelible stamp to like launch their arcs, and it's really impressive.
Det er nok bedst, hvis de følger med. En ting. Kaptajn, udkigsmanden så ham. Kreds rundt om skibet ude i togen.
The frost on the coats, it's such a beautiful look.
Mændene er rædselsslagne. De vil have, vi skal tage ham manden og smide ham ud på isen igen. Så det hele overstået.
Wow.
Han er under min beskyttelse. Han er under beskyttelse af kronen.
Are you taking the coat off?
That hood is
Oh, just the
awesome.
hood, yeah. We love big hoods.
The moment I laid eyes on it, the tower, I could feel destiny calling.
Place that'll change your life.
Our third act setting. What a set, man. This is stunning.
Wow. Oh, that big window is just so reminiscent of like so many other things, like Lemony Snicket or Doctor Strange.
It's interesting you have limited exposure directly to Frankenstein, but all the influences Frankenstein has had on
Oh, yeah.
the aughts.
My contractors can manufacture any and all equipment you may require. I take it then that we have an understanding.
What's he gonna want?
A bargain has been struck.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
Damn.
What a cut.
No, not this one.
A bargain struck to restore life, and the next shot is it being taken away.
Yeah.
That's a strong back. This one will do.
Wow. Jeez. You're just shopping for men?
While they're alive.
That's crazy.
Confession. I was intrigued. What would such a delicate, pious creature have to confess to? As luck would have it, an opportunity presented itself, and I was about to find out.
Shameless.
Wow.
How long has it been since your last confession?
Barely a week, Father.
Have you so hastily committed sin?
I have. Sin of intent, not deed.
A man, is it?
Yes. My fiancé's brother. Hatred.
Hatred.
The man is appalling.
Does she know?
He tries to control and manipulate everything and everyone around him. Like every tyrant, he delights in playing the victim. His only advantage, I would say, is he's far cruder than he believes himself to be.
Cruder. Pray explain yourself, my child.
For one, He's easy to spot. You can see him even on a busy street on market day.
Yeah, he's good. Oh, you found his equal.
Love this.
I could see them playing a version of what's his name? Addams Family.
Oh, that's
Gomez
cute.
and Morticia.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a vibe.
And for the very first time, I became more interested in life. And somewhat less interested in...
Look at that.
This simply will not do. Start over. Pure silver is the perfect conductor.
He felt by the weight of it that it wasn't pure silver. It's incredible.
William, you must stay behind. Please. I trust you above anyone else. Only for a few more days.
Such a little brother.
Always longing.
Yeah.
Now we have something in common. A prisoner.
As promised, William took dutiful charge of the laboratory build and needs.
So much money. I mean, the wealth that would take.
Mm-hmm.
But arms dealer.
He followed my instructions to the letter.
Oh, Zach Cusack for half a second. John Cusack.
It's all pure silver now. And action points corresponding to the lymphatic system, which was quite complex. But I managed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he just wants his flowers. There's something so beautiful in the macabre with these designs. Like, it's horrific and terrifying, but there's something like really beautiful about the poses and the things he's laid out here.
Yeah, no, it really puts like the anatomy on display and just like allows you to revel in the human form.
Yeah.
I hope we're not distracting you from your research to tend to me and Elizabeth.
Not at all.
She's young. She can count on us to guard her.
I shall leave you your privacy.
No need for subterfuge between us.
You saying back off?
French porcelain chimes to a man's dream.
What a bar.
I was close. I could feel it. And then life got in the way.
Oh. I believe she missed you.
I must warn you, Elizabeth, I've been working on a dissection.
It's beautiful. Reminds me of martyrdom paintings. You see God's design and symmetry and shapes.
Yeah, morbid beauty.
Yeah.
There is a bond between us. Can you feel it? An almost physical one. I truly believe it to be something else.
Believing something does not make it true.
Damn.
Ouch.
How you gonna say that but look at me like that?
Choice is the seat of the soul. The one gift God granted us.
Yes.
I have chosen.
Oof.
Nor. Mm-hmm.
God's symmetry. Yes.
The sounds.
Yeah, that buzzing.
Also the like piercing of flesh.
Whoa, my God. Freaky. Oh, with the slime, with the saliva coming out. Gross.
Placing the battery above the lymphatic system, I had found the key.
Eureka.
Nothing could stop me now.
Holy crap, what an image.
Sir, do not take any bodies from the top or the bottom of the pile unless I mark them. I, Sir Rod, may have destroyed the tissue. Look only in the middle.
I guess in a messed up way, these would be their prime bodies because they're preserved by the snow.
Yeah.
I'm favoring tall specimens, long limbs. Scale will make the work easier.
Now, which bodies are going to make Jacob Elordi? How many men's faces do we have to configure? Wow. Whoa. No. Oh, fuck. Shit.
My one weakness. Limbs.
My kryptonite.
My one weakness. Oh, man.
Trying to craft the perfect specimen.
Jacob Elordi. I really like the whimsical music. It's like a different shade of Tim Burton. Like it reminds me of some of the old Tim Burton and the instruments chosen, but it doesn't quite feel like it's taking from Burton. It feels like goth equals this sound.
I totally feel that and see that. Yeah, we associate that sense of gothic whimsy with him.
But there is so much more than just him, but he's like the one, so it's interesting to hear it with another person's tone.
Yeah, it's funny. I've been thinking about Tim Burton a lot during this movie. But yeah, obviously Guillermo del Toro has a very different sensibilities, even though they both play in the realm of gothic.
Because it's also classical in its own way, which is obviously the sound and very operatic. Production design on this, sensational.
Whoa. Also, that picture of the person is sort of reminiscent of the caskets as well, but like a face of horror.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Because I noticed when we were seeing Frankenstein in the beginning, they had like a rib cage thing kind of going on, and I thought it was his actual one, but I wonder if it's that contraption in front of him or on top of his chest.
A storm is coming!
My cane. My cane. My cane in the handle.
My cocaine.
Mercury, are you ill?
Thank you.
Oh, fascinating. Because I did notice he was wearing a wig, but I didn't think it was anything to it.
You're dying. One night with Venus, a lifetime with Mercury. Isn't that the phrase?
Oh.
Which brings me to my one condition. Our deal, as agreed, in exchange
That's your
for
angle. You're trying
my
to save
careless
yourself.
intervention on your behalf.
The favor.
And as we give life to our new Adam, I want to be placed in this new perfect body.
No.
What a delivery.
Not now.
Precisely now.
We'll talk about this after, not now.
No after.
Damn. You want to make sure it works first?
Yeah.
Be like the second guy, maybe?
I mean, desperation.
Yeah. I've noticed it since the first time he's worn them. Those red, like, crimson gloves are really striking.
Yeah, there's a lot of really beautiful red imagery. The mother, the blood, certain character choices, and wardrobe for sure.
I wonder if that's, like, symbolic of the blood on his hands.
Yeah, I assume the red is symbolic of blood because that's been a constant theme.
I give you everything you ask for. Name it, it's yours. Even Elizabeth.
Wow.
All you need to say is one simple word. Yes, no more, no less.
No! Do you understand now?
I understand where they're both coming from.
Oh.
Uh-oh. You know, sabotage the project?
What are you doing?
Bruh.
If we lose there, we have nothing! We both lose!
I will be the eagle that feasts on your liver.
Please, stop! Hey, Harlander!
What a line.
Hey, Harlander!
Yeah, I figure something's going down there, and it's not going to be that thing. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, God. Oh! Ooh! Woofity do. Yeah, I felt that coming.
Yeah, that hole in the middle of the room.
Oh! Yeah, we gotta do now. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's messed up.
Yeah.
He didn't notice.
I don't know if he cared. It's gotta happen now, but oh.
Is that guy dying like that part of the lore you remembered?
Henrich Harlander, yeah. It was more graphic and visual.
Oof.
But they're diving way deeper into
the original
everything.
source?
Yeah, I mean, it's a longer movie, but it also feels much more like I remember the book feeling.
Eesh.
So many Halloween costumes in the future.
Wow. Oh, wow. So realistic. Also, definitely next year for sure.
Yeah, this is so beautifully made. I see so many people modeling stuff after this.
Oh.
You lied to me. You lied.
Dark Angel. Huh. Oh, interesting.
Oscar Isaac being so short and Jacob Elordi being so tall is such a great plus force perspective to make Frankenstein huge.
Mm-hmm.
Son.
Oh. I thought he was calling him son for a second. Oh.
Son is life. Oh, the wall. Yes. Victor. Victor. Yes.
An oddly beautiful scene.
Yeah.
What is this thing? What is this? Oh, you're very strong. Yes. Yes. You want another?
Oh my God. It's trying to manipulate this monster into being trapped. Look, this is fun.
This will keep you nice and warm. Nice blanket to keep you warm. All right.
Physicality Elordi's doing is fantastic.
I was literally just thinking the same thing. Yeah, it's very different than anything I've seen him in before.
I'll be back. All right, stay there. No. It's all right. I'll come back.
And I think it's interesting for him to make him like a tall, pale figure because it's sort of reminiscent of the engineers from Prometheus as well.
Mm-hmm. Warmth, cold, light, darkness, and I was there to mold him.
And much more logical to have a corpse assembled from different bodies to be that than a green guy with bolts on his neck.
I never considered what would come after creation. And having reached the edge of the earth, there was no horizon left. The achievement felt unnatural.
No horizon left is interesting.
But the moment we're free, we're setting sails forwards, no matter the cost. You share my madness. Weeks passed, and as his strength increased rapidly, mine waned. Alas, no further language or development occurred. Down, 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 down.
Oh, interesting. He keeps shaving his head.
Yes, that's you. That's you.
Interesting. How does his eyes get all messed up like we see him in the...
Well, I mean, how'd Dr. Frankenstein lose his leg? Things gotta transpire.
It's true.
Look what you've done. You have to listen to me. You have to listen. I said drop it. Stupidity. No.
There's blood out of his hands.
No. Don't touch me.
Oh.
Don't ever touch me.
Wow. Whoa.
The wound? It's closed. But how? No. Somewhere in there you have thoughts. Yes, this much we have established. That is my name. Is there anything else that you can say? Anything at all?
Where's my other nipple?
Sun, cold, rain, anything. Boot. Can you say boot? How about hand? Can you say hand? Oh, you are afraid of me? I'm not going to hurt you. I made you. I'm your maker. Stop it. You're here. You're really here. Come on, then. Come.
Ignores brother.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
It's absolutely marvelous. Come. I'll show you my notes first.
Is my uncle here?
No, I'm alone.
Don't worry about that.
He'll be back in a few days.
You don't look very well.
Oh, I've never felt better. I've never had a clearer mind. Come.
The discovery by herself.
Or are you taking your brother? Wouldn't you just show them directly?
Well, they were going upstairs to the notes, but he should have noticed that they weren't together anymore.
I feel like I'd start with the body, then go to the notes.
Well, that'd be a lot less impressive in that order. You gotta build.
Right, gotta build up anticipation. Are you Sydney Sweeney?
Sydney, that gorgeous smile.
Wow. This is so great. Her having an affinity for life and nature, just watching or discovering him as he discovers her.
That same moment of trust of removing the gloves to show same.
Oh, you're bleeding, bud. I thought you healed.
I've spoken to the Royal Medical Society. They're interested in seeing you.
No, not yet. I'm not quite ready yet. You saw him?
His wounds. You wounded him like that.
No, it was the world that hurt him, Elizabeth. I gave him life. William, you did it. It's so strong. You did it. All its systems are functional.
Mm-hmm.
Healing is erratic, yes, but exceptional.
Oh.
Why is he chained here?
For his own safety and for mine. It's easier to clean, maintain it, and it doesn't know any better.
It should you.
Mm-hmm.
Does Harlander know? We have to prepare everything for the moment he returns. Of course. And have everything presentable. Is it intelligent?
Jacob Elordi is so good at capturing that childhood innocence.
Mm-hmm. But then the pain and the anguish and the discovery.
Did you ever ask yourself, of all the parts that make that man, which one holds the soul?
No.
Something so disquieting about that creature down there, like a figure peeking around a funhouse mirror. But animated. Animated by what?
Where does it go? You must discover.
Does it hurt?
So nurturing and nothing compares. He's only had Victor poking and prodding and calling it.
Elise? For me?
She's teaching you humanity.
Thank you. I'm Elizabeth. My throat makes sound. Elizabeth.
The reflection thing they did in his eye was just so cool and uncanny. See, there's like a lens. That's really cool.
Elizabeth.
Oh.
You should not go near it.
It.
Yeah, stop calling it it.
I believe there is life in it, but not the spark of intelligence.
Perhaps not as you understand it.
Something went wrong. A blockage, just a suture, a connection. And one word alone. Victor.
Perhaps for the time being, that word means everything to him. Purer than that of the common man.
What a wholesome concept.
If I could force myself to believe it would be my inclination to see attraction in you for that thing.
Understanding.
Compassion, empathy, learn some.
But he doesn't understand that, so he would see it as
It's attraction, yeah.
What my heart wants.
Of all the human anatomy, that is the organ furthest from your understanding.
Ooh, bar.
Only monsters play God, Baron.
Purer than the common man.
No, don't take it out on him.
And I somehow the villain. Your heart is pure.
You're gonna blame him, bro? You're crazy.
I assure you it isn't. I put it there. Up. Now give me your leg. Leg.
Hey.
Pain is evidence of intelligence, is it not? Well, let's test the theory.
Oh, you see the pain in his eyes.
Yeah.
Leg.
Bro, stop.
I failed.
No, you didn't fail. I saw your papers.
I did. The creature is extremely dangerous.
Let's wait for Harlander and discuss together.
William, something I have to show you.
Harlander.
In a fit of rage, he killed him.
He's gonna blame Frankenstein.
Wow.
You understand now? Well, I was hesitant to share this with you, and certainly not with Elizabeth.
So what's to be done now?
Bro, you are the bad guy.
Oh, 100%.
Let's take Elizabeth back to Vienna. Tell her something urgent came up and you have to leave immediately. Keep her in the dark for her own safety.
Yeah, it's really interesting as the narrative progresses, how much more and more you're like, Victor Frankenstein, kind of the problem.
Yeah.
The creature, what's its lifespan, you think?
Forever.
Very brief, I'm sure.
Oh.
Burning it all down, huh?
It's crazy how inhuman he looks at times.
Yeah, that wow.
Everything he worked for. The two things he's ever worked for.
I am the most terrible awful feeling. Turn the carriage around. Turn the carriage around or I will jump. He's going to kill him.
Perceptive, intuitive.
Yeah, great intuition.
Say one word. Anything. Make me save you.
Victor.
I love how much he's haunted by his name, and that's the only thing he can say.
What did you say? Oh, I didn't change anything
does
for him?
it. Wow.
You suck, dog.
Wow, look at that shot.
Yeah, you deserve what's coming.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and you being earlier like, would I ever hurt my creation?
One word's enough to haunt you forever.
Ooh.
Wow, that looked great.
Oh, the leg. Oh, God, that's how it happened. Yeah. Shish kebabs.
Oh, that was a good effect.
I didn't know fire could do something like that. Like, damn.
I mean, propulsion.
Or maybe it was the fall, yeah. Ugh. I thought he was going to rip it off. No, it's just you being a dick.
And we assume it was Frankenstein's monster that did it, but it was Frankenstein.
But that was not the end of it. In seeking life, I created death.
I assume that's a line from the book.
Yeah, there's a few that I remember being like,
Don't worry. They'll listen to me.
oh, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Do not harm him. I'm here. Take me, Elizabeth. Confirm your maker's tale.
My maker told his tale, then I will tell you mine.
Oh.
Cool. Ooh. Yeah.
The creature's tale. Oh. Ooh, let's go. This is fascinating because obviously I haven't seen the proper story, but through cultural osmosis that he's not typically someone who talks.
Yeah. And I don't remember the book well enough to know if there's a pivot to this.
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
Oh, the juices. Go follow the
just
leaf.
Jump out that water.
Yeah, follow the leaf.
Oh.
Okay, good. Whee! I guess there will be no final act at this location.
Yeah. I really thought it was going to be like the villagers swarming and all the more traditional things from other adaptations.
Changing it up. Wow. Okay, I did not see this coming.
Yeah, people watching the comments below, does the book pivot like this?
I'm just fascinated because he was able to escape what Victor did to him. So what would bring him to chase him after?
Right.
Because I'm like, you have your freedom, man. You get to experience life on your own, but it seems like you're going to spend a lot of that time seeking
Pursuing,
revenge.
yeah. Little Hamlet shot. Pondering life and whether to be or not.
It's sad. My first thought when he saw the animal was not him interacting with the animal, but like, does he eat? What do you need?
That's so funny. I was like, it detects how peaceful he is.
Yeah. Oh, berries. Oh.
Aww.
Knew it. I freaking felt it.
Oh, man.
It was too peaceful. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
You learn how evil man is, not just Victor.
He heals quickly, so I'm hoping.
My wounds had healed, but I felt cold.
Also, great voice he's putting on as well.
Yeah.
I've never
I like
heard
it
him
better
talk
without
like
the
that.
lion undercurrent. This works for me. I was a little worried in the beginning when he was like, raw. Like there was like a lion under the voice. I like this a lot better.
Yeah, we've brought him to the beast, and now we've settled into the man version.
Yeah, and I prefer this. And they need that to make us, you know, think of the more traditional Frankenstein's monster. I get the choice. I prefer it a little more naturalized.
Yeah, whoa, his spine through the freaking coat. That's cool.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that
the light
eye,
reflecting.
man. Also like the softer, subtler score with him.
Yeah.
To reflect his softness.
You all right, then? Did you get it?
We looked everywhere. Couldn't find that thing.
Come in.
No, we followed it for a while. Then it disappeared.
Get him, Frankie.
There was no ghost. We drew blood. It was flesh and bone.
Come.
Anna Maria, take your grandfather over by the fireplace. Make sure he's comfortable.
It's Dumbledore. Oh.
Oh.
The old man moved me, and his unseeing eyes were full of wisdom.
That's beautiful. Oh, look at him humanizing.
Yeah, growing some hair.
Used it to tell each other about feelings and ideas. They called them words.
Yeah, you never even got the concept. It was just told to know a thing.
What is this?
A boy.
Oh shit, you said Gandalf, but that's fucking the groundskeeper from Harry Potter. That's Filch.
Oh.
And again.
Eye.
Yeah. Well done. And
Aww. That's really precious. I love the time passage of the hair growth, so we know it's been some months.
I long to be part of this family, to be their benefactor. What could I possibly do for them?
Aww.
Anna Maria, father, come and see.
Whoa.
Who could have done this?
What are they?
It's wood for burning. Like it's.
Oh.
Say thank you, spirit of the forest.
Thank you, spirit of the forest.
Thank you.
I love how wholesome and pure, like, you know, Mia Goth's character was saying, like the idea of him just wanting to benefit them because they've benefited him.
Thank
Oh.
From then on, I became their invisible guardian, the spirit of the forest.
Wow.
They too extended a small kindness towards me. Clothes, bread.
Oh, that's cool.
And for a moment, a brief moment, the world and I were at peace.
Oh no, dude.
Don't like this feeling of foreboding.
Wolves.
Oh, wow.
No.
Oh, that'd be devastating.
Oh no,
There's
not the
so
sheep.
many of them.
Oh no. Oh my god, they're so bold to come in the middle of the day like this. Damn.
It's desperate, hungry, and they're huge. Oh, he's gonna want to do something.
An idea, a feeling became clear to me.
Jesus.
The hunter did not hate the wolf. The wolf did not hate the sheep.
Oh, the guts and everything. Oof.
This was the way of the world. It would hunt you and kill you just for being who you are.
Oof. For existing.
We'll go into the mountains, hunt the wolves, and be back at the end of winter. You stubborn old goat.
It's just you and I now, spirit.
I would present myself to the old man. Would he fear me, welcome me, turn me away?
Give me hair care tips.
Show me how to grow a beard.
I entered a different world. One I had only seen from afar.
Wow. Civilization.
Why are you here?
Travel.
Welcome, dear traveler. Do not think me ungrateful for the company. Bread and brandy on the table.
Brandy?
You have a hard time speaking it. Are you not from these parts?
Saw that coming.
Oh. What are you afraid of?
Victor.
Everything.
Oh.
Your hands are frozen. scars, and you are wearing uniform. Were you injured in battle? Spirit of the forest. Yes. But there is something in your voice which persuades me of your goodwill and kindness. I will be delighted to share what little I have with you, and would be greatly helped by your companionship.
I don't want something bad to happen.
I'm so worried about this man. He's the deer of this arc.
Your home, and I, your friend.
Oh, my heart.
Oh, he got his head pats. All he's wanted was head pats.
And it was then that I read my first story. I read about a man named Adam and a woman named Eve, about their time in the first garden.
Evangelical Stein.
Have you never seen the snow, my dear friend? It makes the world clean.
My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair.
Man.
Want to know who I am? Where do I come from?
God took your memory just as I wish he would take mine away. Many years ago, I took a man's life, and I have been atoning for it since.
But I cannot forget what I cannot remember. My tree. I see memories, different men, all pieces.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
You're just an amalgamation of all of them. Damn, and that's has caused you internal clutter.
I remember fire and water and sand under my feet. A single word.
Victor.
Victor.
Yeah.
Go to it.
No, don't go to it.
Wow, look at that. Oh, I hope this is still playing in theaters. I want to go see this.
Oh, yeah, dude.
This is stunning.
I hope it's playing in IMAX.
Yeah, I want to see this proper. You know, it's interesting. I'm really glad we're watching this here because I feel like a lot of people didn't realize how good it was. Like, I feel like since Fran said it's so common, so hopefully people watching this find it because of us.
Yeah.
It's such a tricky conflict of like, see it in theaters, but also this is getting the word out.
Yeah,
This is so special.
And I hope stuff like this can allow it to, gain popularity so it can be in theaters longer.
Yeah, exactly.
Not even of the same nature as man. This hurt clung to my mind. It never let go.
Wow.
Huh.
Wow.
Then I saw it. Your name, Victor Frankenstein.
Oh, no.
No, so much worse than I would have thought. Oh, Jesus. Oh, you bitches. Damn. Oh, Jesus. Whoa, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh.
Just scalped a wolf.
Just skinned him. Gonna rip his head off. No, you don't have to be a monster. No.
Oh, that poor old man. Oh, he's
Still
not gone
breathing.
You came back.
I found what I am. I am the child of a charnel house. Wreckage. Assembled from refuse and the discarded dead. A monster.
I know what you are. A good man.
Yeah.
You are my friend.
The thing from the woods.
Oh, God.
What have you done to him?
Oh, no.
Don't move.
He didn't even do anything. You freaking.
Reload. Get it.
Oh, I thought I got his eye. Okay.
I thought it did too.
It's not what you think. Guys, we can talk about this.
Well, it's the same way they took out the wolves, just like shot.
Oh, through the throat? Ugh.
There was silence again, and then merciless life.
Yeah, man, what does dying over and over again do to you?
The cold winter air stung in my lungs. I felt lonelier than ever.
Imagine you would.
Decided to demand a single grace from you, my creator. I would demand a companion.
Oh.
A bride.
A little bride of Frankenstein pursuit. I mean, he's earned.
Yeah.
Like, humans need contact and connection.
Whoa! Angel of Death.
I intend to sell the estate. All we have is each other.
Oh, man. It's like the Victor storyline and then going back to this and like the conflict of like his whole experience.
I want you to throw the cups everywhere. Throw them everywhere.
I know it is bad luck to see the bride before the ceremony.
Only for the groom.
A fever gripped me for so long, but it has passed, and I see you now as I should. I wish you and my little brother, who I love more than life, the very best.
I like this shot.
You may like to believe you do, and I dread to even hear it.
How was the camera not in the frame?
Right?
No more lies.
I want to tell you.
Leave my chambers now.
Ooh!
Oh, she kept the leaf. I'm really worried about Frankenstein showing up. She's dressed as a bride. The townspeople. We're going to get the scene that I've been imagining. I'm just worried.
Come out of the shadows. If you are here.
I love how the...
Oh, his intuition's great, too.
That, but also love how the music is echoing his dread inside.
Yeah.
Are you here to thank me?
Wow.
You survived and are intelligent enough to have found me. I made you well.
Need you to make a companion for me.
Oh, he's been asking this for a minute.
I have found sanity at such a cost. And you here are madness calling me back.
I cannot die. And I cannot live alone.
You knew I had created something truly horrible.
Not something.
Someone.
Someone.
Yeah, man.
Make one like me.
And then what? Procreation. Reproduction.
Oh, God.
A home?
You're so condescending.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I am obscene to you, but to myself I simply am.
Be gone! Never again will I make something like you wicked and deformed.
That's you, dog.
Mm-hmm.
The miracle is not that
Ego.
I speak, but that you would ever live.
Man, fine.
Right.
If you are not to avoid me, love, then I will indulge in rage. Mine is infinite.
What a beautiful dress.
Yeah, it's stunning.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Gotta
No.
Bruh! Oh, this man makes me so mad.
Elizabeth, move away from it.
He just told you he can't die. Bruh. You suck. You're the worst. I liked you better when you were Llewyn Davis.
Man.
Wow.
Oh! That's it.
Oh, no.
It looks like his mother's dress earlier with the red billowing.
Yeah, good call.
I fear you, Victor. Every ounce of madness and destruction, the very conflagration that devoured, it all came from you. You are the monster.
Ooh.
Oh, those last words from your brother.
My place was never in this world, and longed for something I could not quite name, but I knew I found it, to be lost and to be found. That is the lifespan of love, and in its brevity, its tragedy, this has been made eternal. better this way. To fade with your eyes gazing upon me.
Oh, man, this is so tragic and so... It was...
She is gone, and I long to follow.
I long to follow.
You gave me life unwanted. I give that back to you. You thought me a monster. Now I return the favor.
Oh, what, you can break his nose? Oh, Jesus.
I will make you bleed. You may be my creator, but from this day forward, I will be your master.
Ooh, what a bar.
Making him feel more and more insolent and useless.
Oh, okay. We're almost full circle.
I need ammunition to sharpen this. 3 cans of condensed milk, some firewood, and 6 sticks of dynamite. What are you hunting? Big game.
Great casting of Oscar Isaac too, because he's like so likable, but he can play so shitty.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I love that we don't want to dislike him as much as we do, but he's the monster.
It's wild because like the monster one was not unreasonable. Granted, does he have the resources to do it? Not necessarily.
Well, let's talk about pulling him back into madness and his fight for sanity and all those things.
Oh, woof. Yeah, this is true, but clearly madness already has him.
Oh yeah. But no, it's not unreasonable from the creation's part to want that.
Victor, you only listen when I hurt you.
Oh, the other leg! Oof.
Oh.
You put your faith in this, but if it does not, I will come for you again.
Give me what I want.
Now, run.
Oh.
I love this sick game that they're playing now. It's fascinating.
He's the master. Just waiting for it to... Oh, what a fascinating use of that fuse. What a fun ticking clock.
Oof.
There you were, broken and discarded, and I, alive again. I could feel my singed flesh regrowing.
The eye and everything.
I'm sorry. Regret consumes me, and I now regard my life for what it was.
You will go now, Creator. The tide that brought me here now comes to take you away, leaving me stranded.
The tide of death.
Forgive me, my son. And if you have it in your heart, forgive yourself into existence.
He's been selfish this entire time.
That's what I'm saying is like, forgive me.
Then consider this, my son. While you are alive, what recourse do you have but to live?
That's a beautiful sentiment, but still.
Say my name. My father gave me that name, and it meant nothing. Now I ask you to give it back to me, Victor. I forgive you. Rest now, Father. We can both be human.
Spar.
Wie lange go?
You're free, man.
Is he gonna help?
Gonna help them, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking he might when he got off the boat.
You're a good man. So is he.
Let us over. Sæt sejlet. Get on. Du kan fortælle mændene det.
God damn.
What a movie.
Whew, all right. Well, that was Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, movie I've been looking forward to for quite some time that exceeded my expectations. We are going to be diving into your patron questions after we give our own little reviews. I want to thank the fine folks at Prepper for editing this down. It's a nice 2.5 hour thick boy. So I don't know what this runtime is going to be, but what an experience that was. So thank you to Prepper. Thank you to you guys for watching this. Before I get into my thoughts, Aaron, your first Frankenstein.
Yeah, this was my first Frankenstein, and I have to say, it did not disappoint. This was a very beautiful, extremely well-paced, extremely well-acted film. It's one I'm going to be chewing on for a minute. I just thought it was great all around, and the themes that it has in here about humanity and what it means to be human and life and death and the power we have, or if we should do certain things with our abilities, and how ego can be the downfall of people, or ill intent, and just how we can learn to appreciate life through through Frankenstein, through simplicity. I thought it was a beautiful film. I don't think it's
Lars
perfect,
Mikkelsen.
but it's great. What is that?
Lars Mikkelsen.
Lars Mikkelsen
was the captain.
Knew that guy. Yeah, I feel though everything was good. I feel like if I had one minor criticism or critique, I felt like the ending felt a little rushed for me. But other than that, I thought it was really well paced. I felt like from the moment Frankenstein's chasing him through the end, I feel like that could have, I don't know, something wasn't from him going from I'm hating him to you're my son, forgive me. I feel like there was something could have been a little bit more there, but other than that, everything else was incredible, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I don't even know how to quantify. I love literature. I love a good book, and I find I don't have the bandwidth to add that to what I'm doing in life, and I really need to. I make excuses. Everybody says they don't have time, but at the end of the day, I don't prioritize reading, and this felt like reading, and I say that with the highest praise. I have to read comics for my work. I've got to read stuff for work all the time, but I don't enjoy just reading, and I miss that.
Yeah.
And this felt like a good book. This felt like literature. It the dialogue felt like you could chew on it. The scripture and the language felt so lived in. I've been really struggling with my shortening attention span. I've been really struggling with my inability to be patient, and that's all affecting my enjoyment of reading and of watching and of consuming art. It's affecting my experience with art. And this was really nice because this felt like I got some of my appreciation for ponderousness and introspection and the beauty of language, the poetry of language, the feel of word. And it was really wonderful because we watch movies on camera, we're sharing it with you. And sometimes that makes it hard to not feel performative, to not feel pulling face. And so this was really interesting because I love getting to share experiences with you, but I also didn't ever feel like I had to be on. And that was really nice. The movie was so good. I never felt like there was anything that made me I should talk. It's been 10 minutes. There wasn't that little voice in the back of my head of oh, it's the job part. I got to just be experiencing art. So I really love this enough that it was able to be enrapturing while also I had enough to say, and it was so good that I didn't feel like us talking took me out of it. So that's the highest praise I can give an experience for a first watch on camera. At the top, I was, sassy about not getting to see it in theater. And I mean that with I want people to experience art in their own manner. And to me, it is kind of tricky to be what's the thing we're going to skip for work? What's the thing? This is a job. We are doing that. And to not have this in theaters, it was a bit of a oh man, that's a bummer. But if, you guys watching this now had a different experience because of us and more people see it, or like, the word gets out, like that's a net positive. And I do want to say that like Netflix taking a risk and doing this is commendable. Like to make a 2.5 hour epic, sweeping Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein film. I wish it was in theaters longer and more of a window, but if that is the cost of it, I'm glad it exists. So, if the monster of streaming is the undead machinations of theatrical dying, at least it lives. So yeah, I had a really good time with it. I mean, it's definitely in my favorites of the year, and I didn't know if that would happen. I didn't know if by the end of the film I'd be, as resonant as I was in the beginning. Because the first 20 minutes, I was like, the novelty was so strong, and like the period piece, the production design, the costumes, the artistry, the sheer imagination of it. I was afraid that I was just like struck by GDT. And would I feel that in 2.5 hours? And then by the end, I was like, nah, it's even better. Like for me, and I agree with your one negative though. I do think that the scene on the ship of forgiveness felt fast. And that was suddenly like, I get why it had to be. I get the narrative purpose of it. I just wish like even a few minutes longer, a little bit more of an arc to really land there. Cause it did feel like I'm gonna wrap it up. But other than that, like I really wouldn't change much in the whole thing. And that was really wonderful and epic. And I love the relationships, and I love the cinematography, and I loved the humanity. Like it just did all the things I want movies to do. So I got a lot out of this one.
Yeah, no, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved it a lot. Yeah, and it is more reflective and talking about the human condition and the choices we make, and then all the visual symbolism as well, and how Victor Frankenstein was a father to the monster, but he was also a son who was upset with his father for not treating him the best and feeling ignored by him, and then in the wake of his mother's death wanted to learn to conquer death, and then he mistreated his own son, which was the monster, and then his son learned to value life, and then had this thing of wanting to die, and if he can't die, he wants a partnership, and he ultimately doesn't get a partner. He has to continue living on, so has to find new meaning in his solitude, which I don't know he'd ever make a sequel, but like I really enjoyed the character exploration and introspectiveness this movie had, coupled with how poetic it expressed its thoughts and feelings about
so many lines
about humanity. Yeah, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, like there were lines of dialogue that I want to like read. Like I want this. I want to like look at the script. I want to like experience this in another form, because there was so many good lines that were just like, God damn, that was a bar.
Yeah, the script was poetry, truly, from someone who is a poet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the expert of the poetry, the man who would know. But yeah, there was so much beauty in this.
Yeah.
Do we have any Netflix? I mean, do we have any Patreon questions?
We should, but yes, the
is
mouse
this what
is
you need?
over there.
There you are, Sam.
Let us get this going.
As always, thank you to the patrons for giving us some questions, and we really appreciate you guys helping guide the conversation after our initial review. And also thank you to everyone who likes and subscribes and does any of the YouTube things, leaves comments. Those help us very much as well, so appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, first up from Jaden Rhodes. My question is, have y'all seen the original movie, and how would y'all compare it to? We talked about that at the beginning with Aaron. I assume when you say the original movie, you're meaning the 1930s Universal monster movie. Very different. Yeah, like the Universal monster movie is playing more with that time, and it's camp in its own fun way. It's got a lot of fun, energy and kineticness to it, but it's very much of that time. It's a beautiful movie. I admittedly, I've seen like the Aaron Eckhart, I've seen the 1930s. Like there's a lot of, I've seen the comedy, Bride of Frankenstein. There's so many different iterations that by the time we were watching certain scenes, I was blending them like, okay, there's going to be villagers and pitchforks, and they're going to storm the castle. Like those were the things I was waiting for. But to compare the two, I would certainly say this is more my jam. I think that one is a beautiful thing. I actually rewatched all the Universal monster movies in 2021. I watched Dracula, Invisible Man, The Mummy. Like I did all of them, and I was really struck by how well they hold up for 100 years later. They're incredible. but this was poetry.
Yeah, for my first time into, a proper Frankenstein adaptation, I thought it was incredible. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I have obviously through cultural osmosis have seen other things with Frankenstein, know that, the popularity, contrary to misinformed popular belief that people think that Frankenstein is the monster, but Victor Frankenstein is the guy. The monster is Frankenstein's monster. And seeing these other adaptations, more recently, James Gunn's adaptation, also very different from this one. It's interesting kind of seeing how the creator is in and of himself the monster, and the monster is the thing that is purely human, more so than the man who created him himself. So in that regard, and the way it's executed was done masterfully, and it makes me want to go back and check out these other adaptations, and it makes me also weirdly excited for, I guess, the Maggie Gyllenhaal version that's coming out.
Dude, that looks so good. The Bride,
doesn't it?
I saw CinemaCon footage like back in April, and I was immediately like, whoa. It's like next year is one of the craziest years in cinema. Like 2026 is insane. The Bride is in the top 10 for that for me.
I am
even
super
with
hyped.
everything that's coming out. Like that looks bananas.
I think that's her directorial debut.
March. Yeah, and like the way she was describing frame rates and the way she was describing like lenses, she was so film geeking out on stage, and like the way they're using different anamorphic ratios in order to like show in the mind of characters and like perspective, like all of it got me so jazzed.
Man.
So yeah, I'm excited for The Bride.
Yeah, I'm gonna headcanon that as the
pseudo sequel,
the pseudo sequel to
very
this
different tone, like punk rock Bride to like this beautiful gothic poetry.
Yeah. I think that one's more modern day, if I remember. So who knows? Maybe. I don't know, but he'll turn to Christian Bale over the course of 200 years.
You know what happens.
Yeah, but I thoroughly enjoyed this, and I will get a thorough comparison after the fact, and maybe we'll let you know on social media how I feel.
There you go. You get the companion piece that he never got. No companion for him.
No.
All right, next up from Baby Cables. So excited to see this movie. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm writing this blind. I want to know if you've read the original text and what you thought of the story in general. How effective was it, and how does it, in your opinion, fit into the Gothic genre? Well, I can speak to my literature experience, but that was in 2005, 20 years ago. I was a junior in high school, I believe. I was either a sophomore or a junior. Once it's past 20 years, my memory's not so great. So it's been a little while. I remember liking it. I remember thinking it was very, very well written, but a little bit of that. I struggle with an overabundance of description at times, even when my memory is doing better and even when my attention span is good. There are times where I'm like, we get it. The fire is descriptive. And like, it's just a different time. Like it was written in the 1800s. That was your entertainment. It was fun to be lush and right. Like there is shades of gray to this. I remember my only negative was like, okay, the doorknob, I understand. Let's open the door, shall we? Like there were times that I just felt, but overall, like the grasp of emotion, the poetry of the language, the use of beautiful imagery, the fact that she was a child and she wrote one of the most beautiful commentaries in the human condition when she didn't even have a lot of life experience, like all of that is what I think of with that book, but it's been 20 years. So I remember really liking it, but it's been quite some time. And then as far as the Gothic genre, I love Gothic art, but I don't think of myself as seeking it out. I think for a long time I was really averse to horror, and that's changed in the last few years. Like the last 4 years, I've been much more open-minded to horror. So my love of Gothic and my avoidance of horror were often at odds. But now that I'm being more open to horror, I think I'll appreciate Gothic even more. But like Guillermo del Toro is one of those geniuses. I love Tim Burton. I love like the rich darkness of like the way art can make you feel a certain emotion in its darkness and production design and those things. But now that I'm more open to horror, I think I'll like it even more.
Yeah, I can't comment on the text part of it because obviously I haven't read the book. This is my first foray or into Frankenstein. But what I can say is that I have seen other things in the Gothic genre, and I think this is a much welcomed addition to that genre. And I feel like even within the Gothic genre, there are many flavors within that overall umbrella, from like the more kooky Tim Burton to like the offbeat indie feeling of something like A Poor Things. I feel like there is enough room for all of these things. And I feel like this takes a more old school sort of poetic approach into the realm of the Gothic genre itself. And I'm happy. I'm happy that it's here. I would love to have like a little goth night, you know, get some eyeliner on, some black clothes, and just watch all these Gothic movies back to back and sort of compare them in their tones and how they reflect what it means to be within the Gothic genre. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I've watched plenty of those types of movies on this channel as well. And
we watched Tim Burton together.
We did. We watched the
Mars Attacks.
Yeah, not Gothic, but
not
Burton.
Gothic, but Burton. I was like, what did we watch that? I said a director of. Yeah, it was Burton.
Yeah, but I saw Night Before Christmas here. I saw the Edward Scissorhands here. I saw Poor Things in theaters, but yeah, those are the ones that are coming to the immediacy of my mind.
Yeah, I think Yorgos is really reviving like poetry and Gothic art.
100%.
I haven't seen Begonia yet, but I'm excited too.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm so excited too.
I'm excited to hear you talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that's my answer. And yeah, Baby Cables, appreciate you and I like your name.
Resident Z. So glad I waited on seeing the movie so I could watch along with you too. I avoided pretty much everything. Wow, that is so you avoided and you waited for us, including trailers after I saw that Guillermo del Toro was directing, since I trust his vision. A lot of love for this comment. My question is, are there any other directors that as soon as you see is attached to a movie, you know it's in good hands?
Oh, plenty. Yeah. Obviously, you know, I feel like Tarantino has a pretty good track record. Nolan has a great track record. Jordan Peele has a great track record. Those are Steven Spielberg has a great track record, obviously. Yeah, there's a multitude of directors. I think that, you know, you see them attached and you get excited. I said Nolan already. Yeah, I did. Andy Muschietti. You know, there's just a whole pot of great filmmakers. What about you, man?
All the ones you listed for sure. I'll add to those Fincher. Anytime Fincher gets announced on anything, I'm excited for years. Like I follow every nook and cranny. Lord and Miller, anything they do, I tend to think is kind of like genre shifting. I think they're big zeitgeist shifters. I would also include Soderbergh. I would include Wes Anderson. I've really fallen in love with Wes Anderson again in the last few years. I would say, I know there's so many I'm forgetting, but off the dome, it's so hard because there's just so many incredible filmmakers.
A little addition to the question.
Aaron Sorkin as a director now.
Okay.
I've been enjoying as well. He's one of my favorite writers, but I like his directing as well.
Who else would you like to see do a Frankenstein movie?
Fincher.
Ooh, okay.
Comfortably Fincher. If they're going to go comedic, Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson's Frankenstein.
Like a full campy, just ridiculous. But no, in real life Fincher. Catherine Bigelow, I love, and I think she'd do an interesting like a gritty tech modern military Frankenstein. I don't know if it would get the human condition as much, but I really love Catherine Bigelow's work. Catherine Hardwicke's also great. Lords of Dogtown is such a human movie, and she did the Twilight, which everyone loves. But those are the people that I like. If I see their name, those jump out right away.
Yeah,
dude, this was so good.
This is awesome.
I think it's my favorite. This or Eddington is my favorite movie here.
It's my number 3.
Yeah, it's up there. It's probably my top 5.
So much better than the book.
Greg does not like the book. I was just bragging about the book. That Mary Shelley's a bitch.
Big fan of that book.
So this and Eddington are your top 2.
Where are you guys at on the question?
We just did.
The last
we're about to do fun.
Which one?
Jay
Rushton.
Oh, good stuff.
So we just did Residency. For me, I think it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Superman, and then this. So it's high.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That was not.
Oh
this
shit!
year.
One Battle After Another. I had like muscle memory from saying one, and my brain's like, "What's the rest of that sentence?" That's a long title. One Battle After a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, one Battle After Another. I think is my Eddington. I don't know.
I'll prolong your shoot.
Yeah, join us.
Yeah, come on.
Let's talk
man.
Frankenstein.
Get in here.
But this was comfortably like such an experience that it didn't distract me being on camera, and that's like the highest praise I can give when I'm like so immersed that I'm like, yeah, more of this.
Johnny boy.
Have you seen it too? Yeah, you saw it early. John saw it first.
Yeah.
John saw it before anyone.
Wacky today, guys.
Yo, this is the thumbnail. It's everyone looking for mics.
It's in here somewhere.
I'll fly one in real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh.
I read the book to talk about the movie, and then Olivia never wants to go to the theaters, and of course, she's like, "I want to see this in the theaters." I'm like, "Oh, I read this whole book so I can review this."
So now's your time.
So now's my one opportunity to get some opinions out there.
So what were your thoughts as compared to the book as a hater of the book?
I'll get my mic.
All right. I'm holding this like a microphone. It's a cord. We're going to answer this last one from Jay, and then we're all going to crowd review this together.
Yes.
Our last Patreon question from Jay Rushton. Question: what actress would make a good bride for the Bride of Frankenstein here? Okay, so he is very tall, and I also feel like there's a little height difference, cuteness that can be done, but I also feel like that really beautiful goth energy. Now, the tricky thing is the first name I have that comes to mind is a lot older than him, but I don't know if that matters with the undead. But Fairuza Balk.
Fairuza Balk, I'm not familiar.
She is a gothic goddess.
Oh.
She is fine.
Yes.
And I see that for the bride. If you want to pull up Fairuza Balk there, if you can read. Good tallness.
I can do it. Long
good tall
arms.
skills. Anyone come to mind for you?
Oh, man. I like...
Star of the Craft, who's Greg and Roxy reacted on this channel.
Oh, check it out.
I named my second car Fairuza after Fairuza Balk.
Really?
Big old crush on that woman. Fairoza.
I've never seen the word Fairuza before.
Oh, I might have spelled it wrong.
She's a water boy?
Balk, I know is her last name. I might have just spelled Fairuza Balk. Yeah, that's how you spell it. It's a U-Z-A, my bad.
Oh, okay.
She's so fine.
Yeah, okay.
To me, this is like the what goth hotness looks like.
I can see her.
She's the bride to me.
She blew me away in the craft. I stop talking about her. Yeah.
She's it was for me the movie that no one gets a crush out of, American History X. I was like, this woman's so hot. Conflicting feelings. Thank you, John. All right, so yeah, she's my bride.
I think Maya Hawke would be a good bride.
Ooh, that's fun, and that's more age appropriate than
I thought
Jacob
Mia
Elordi.
Goth would have been good. Do you have a who someone you think would be a good bride for him?
World?
Yeah.
Monica Bellucci.
Oh, that's fun. I like that a lot.
Monica Bellucci. Okay.
From the Matrix sequels, amongst other many fine Italian films.
Make out with me, Neo.
She was one of those like,
okay.
I'm gonna fuck this cake through dialogue.
Yeah, well, she was in the most recent Beetlejuice, right? She's Tim Burton's girl.
Also, Monica Barbaro, who just popped up, would be a great one as well.
Monica Barbaro.
Yeah, she was so good in that Timmy Chalamet movie.
Lewinsky.
Yep,
that's what we're looking for.
That's the one.
Here, John.
Should be a great The Bride.
Okay, so
tell us your thoughts.
First off, guys,
Greg read a whole book.
Yeah, it should be good.
I read a whole book. That was so hard to get through.
He was just talking about how much detail is in about a freaking doorknob or something like that.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. First off, the book is it's so John put it pretty well. Like spiritually, this movie is very much the vibe and the aura and the tone of the book, and fairly much for the creatures, pretty accurate. But it's also a very, very, very different experience than the book. Like Christoph Waltz isn't in the book. None of the
that's
why. Oh.
He asked me, and I was like, I don't think so.
Okay. There's no investment or the tower.
No.
Victor makes it at college, and in the book, there's no real moment out of it. He makes the monster at day one. He's like, oh god, this is a fucking horrible idea.
I don't want to be a dad.
No, abort.
He just fucks off and hangs out with a friend, and then he comes back, and the monster's gone. And then a year later, his brother's dead. So in the book, Elizabeth is his stepsister.
Oh.
And they're lovers. That's the love of his life. So it's all that's made up with the brother and falling in love with his brother's fiance. That's all made up for this movie.
Wow.
And none of the whole bonding with the creature. So everything added is so good. I was saying it's about a Running Man experience. This to me is the great blend of a director who obviously loves the original Frankenstein movie, which is not accurate to the book whatsoever.
Really sets you up for failure if you're about to read the book.
Oh, wow.
But definitely loves the book and modernized it with a lot of like Catholicism angles. There's like the Cain and Abel side to the brother dynamic. The God and Son feels
God and Adam.
The God and Adam is very much in the original Mary Shelley book, but this also kind of feels like a God and Jesus.
All the Prometheus stuff is what I remember about Mary Shelley's. Like, and that's where I discovered the concept of Prometheus. I discovered Prometheus through the book Frankenstein, and I remember that element because that's what drew me to Greek gods and myths and all that, and I was also, like, the perfect age for that, but I didn't remember that they added an entire benefactor. Because when he asked me about it, I was like, yeah, I think that was totally how it
It's the kind of guy who would be there.
Yeah, why not?
So, it also with the creature, what they removed something that would make you think of the creature very different, where what happened is that he's just, like, traveling, the creature. He's like, just doesn't know what he's doing. He's like, I love how they included the moment with berries, because he's like, oh, I could just live off berries. He didn't realize he could. And he bumps into a Frankenstein who's not Victor, and he learns his name, and then he just lashes out and kills this guy. Then he frames this completely different person named Justine, and there's this whole trial.
Whoa.
The whole time, like, I know it was the monster. It had to have been the creature.
What the hell?
So, yeah, and so everything done here is just like so much more poetic, and I love, like, again, the Catholicism sides to it that are infused.
Yeah.
I love this movie.
The language in it is some of the best.
Beautiful.
Writing. Like, there were so many moments where I was like, I want that, like, as a tattoo. Like, there's just so many lines of dialogue that I was like, the human condition in 7 words. Yeah. It's incredible.
And there's there's none of the killing of the wolves in the book. When he that's accurate. He's stalking this family and he's learning about English, and then finally musters up the courage to meet the blind guy, and the blind guy's like interacting with him. And Bride of Frankenstein actually takes inspiration from that, but then the family comes back and they all like start. There's more family members. He's playing with them for like a day, and then he like burns it down.
Damn.
So basically in the book, the creature does take a more violent turn, where here they really make him innocence, you know.
Yeah.
He kills by being attacked or in defense or provoked. But I think Jacob Elordi, there's a lot of people who love him or are giving him crap for being too pretty still, and I think he is phenomenal. He is this is gonna sound like a sin to a lot of filmmakers. People are like, Boris Karloff. I'm like, no.
Oh, he's my favorite.
After reading the book, I'm like, no, this guy, this is the best. Freaking like,
He was great.
I'm not a fan of the De Niro one, and I really like this one a lot. So I thought, and freaking, I think Oscar Isaac is compelling to watch, even if you don't like him. As he's so compelling, and then to do this. I thought it was so cool when it's just so like kind of cheesy, but he's like, "Well, let me tell you my."
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I
totally.
forgot to book 1, and I was like, "You son of a bitch, that was an hour ago." And he was like, "It got me." And then he asked me if that was in the book, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't know."
It's kind of in the book, but he's telling Victor his side of the story. He's like, "Here's what I've been up to the past year."
Yeah.
Hey, bro, good to see you. Handshake. Let's talk it out.
And I don't believe. Okay, yeah. Then there's not. You don't really get that closure of father and son. And so yeah, the stuff they add here, I think, is so much better, and it really brought to life. I do wish Elizabeth was more fleshed out.
Yeah.
Here, that was like a shortcoming for me.
Well, something we were saying before you came in, we felt like the scene itself with the father and son, forgive me, was good, but it felt like from him chasing.
It needed to be earned.
Yeah, it was a little too quickly.
The death should have been twice as long because I was like, and he's dead. Like it was like the movie took its time. It was super ponderous, and then it was like, oh shit, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And then like they needed credits to roll. I was like, don't rush. So that would be my only note is like give the third act about 5 to 10 more minutes in the second half.
Yeah.
And I'd be perfect.
It's one of those things where, it's like there's a lot of really great stuff in the script, but the script as a well-rounded piece could be a little bit better, and it seems like a movie that wants to be 3 hours instead of 2.5, even though I know some people's complaint is that you could cut stuff out of this.
No, I was thoroughly invested. I didn't even know
I never felt the time on this.
There's not 10 minutes committed to Elizabeth writing, 5 pages of letter.
Yeah.
Then the fire burned, and while it burned, I burned too, and the burning of the fire, the brightness and the warmth of the burn. I remember fire.
Yeah. There's like a solid page and a half of the creature talking about, like, here's what fire is.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's good. I didn't mean to make this a session. I just ripped this book apart. I know at the time it's considered one of the greatest books ever.
The book sucks, dude.
Greg Alba slams Mary Shelley for a whole hour.
The whole first few chapters is dedicated to, I think they're Norwegian or something.
Yeah, the sailors.
It's dedicated to his perspective, and he's writing letters to his sister, and he's going to, and then it goes on the ship, and then Victor comes in and stuff. And
He's like, this guy understands me. I love this dude. Hey, I found my new best friend.
Yeah. And learning about Mary Shelley's life really shined a light to me that Guillermo del Toro was taking even inspiration from, because she has the most effed up.
Really?
Insane, awful. Like the
Oh,
shit
whoa.
that happened to her, the amount of children she lost. Like, she lost a couple of children. Just
Oh, my
died early.
God.
Her husband who died early. And you can see that he incorporated a lot of her personal experiences too. So I think Guillermo del Toro, this is the ultimate culmination of all of his work. Because all of his work is inspired by Frankenstein the movie and Frankenstein the book. So it naturally fits. It doesn't feel like a deconstruction. It's not like getting Zack Snyder to do like a Superman movie. It is him doing the culmination film he's always wanted to do, and it's better than, the passion projects that I think sometimes Scorsese sets out to do, like The Gangs of New York, where you're like, this is the one, but it doesn't feel like the culmination of all his films. This feels like the culmination of all of Del Toro's work.
Well, and it has that thing too, where it's like so much of his work is influenced by and borrows from Frankenstein. So in a way, one of my trepidations going in was like, this is the perfect choice. Maybe it's a too perfect choice. Maybe this isn't going to feel fresh or like he's really having to stretch his legs. But I really do feel like he levels up and he brings all of his passion to this. And you can really tell how much care and how much he wanted to, pay homage and do justice to this story, but truly make it his own and to really, find the harmony between his style and this source material. And it's one of the most striking of his recent phase for sure, I think.
What was some of your favorite, what was like a favorite scene of yours? Did you pinpoint? Like, was it, some people say they felt emotionally distant watching this.
No.
Fascinating.
I was completely hooked from beginning to end.
It was great from start to finish, honestly. There's so many good scenes. I liked the scene itself of them culminating together, but the one that's coming to my mind right now is when Frankenstein finally does confront Victor and he's like being so condescending towards him. I thought that scene was really good because you finally get the two of them together. The creature confronting Victor, yeah, but also
They never do name him in this.
they don't.
It's Frankenstein's monster.
Frankie.
It's his name.
No, but also the scene where he's finally seeing the old man for the first time, and
the learning to read while he's in the shadows, and the development of that arc between him learning to read to actually speaking, and like all of the like eureka moments that you're seeing through Jacob Elordi's performance, I think is highlight for me. Like that middle act is so special.
Yeah.
And then the language between Victor and the creation in that first comeback scene, the bride scene, the wedding, some of those lines of dialogue are so cutting and genius.
yeah. John, do you have a favorite scene?
Oh God.
Not a long time ago. So what keeps coming back to your what pops into your mind when you think about this? Like what scenes pop in your mind?
I mean, so much, but I think really one of the most beautiful and gripping scenes and one of the things you're wondering about the most is like, what's cool about this is he finds a way to bridge the gap between, the Frankenstein movie from the 30s and the full on book. And so when he's igniting the lab and like, he's about to really bring the creature to life, like that was so beautiful and striking, and the colors and the vivid quality of everything, just how wet it all is and how much you can feel the elements. And you've got this huge just pit in the middle of the floor as like a centerpiece for the movie. My mind has been kind of living there since I saw it. Yeah, I mean, there's so many great moments and characters and stuff, and too, like all the wide angle lenses that just let you feel like you're in every room and able to observe and kind of meticulously try and log every detail. Like it's just so sumptuous.
No.
But yeah.
The dad part that you reminded me of. The dad's completely alive throughout the whole book, and I really don't recall the dad being like this fucking douchebag.
We're talking about Victor's dad?
Yeah, Victor.
Charles Dance, yeah.
So the dad that's how Elizabeth comes in. The dad marries someone new, and the daughter is Elizabeth, and so that she's not like Elizabeth's not blood related to Victor, but that's how they start like an early relationship, if I recall correctly. It took me a long time to get through this book.
Yeah. Wait, are you talking about the dude from Game of Thrones? Or are you talking about Christoph Waltz?
The dude from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Charles Dance.
Okay.
Yeah. So but anyway, And so I think even including that of him having the psychological angle of repeating the sins of his father. And
Yeah.
whipping, like those scenes where he's like harming the creature and whipping him like how his dad did.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is such. I was over the moon about this because I thought it was such an improvement over something that was completely adapting the book.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, this is such an improvement.
And it was wild and how striking it was when the creature was afraid of him. It was like, why would I hurt you? I created you. Only for scenes later for him to be blowing up the lab. And I'm like, wow.
Well, and two, that whole scene in the gallery when he's showing his, experiment to the guys up top that first lures Christoph Waltz to, want to fund him and stuff like that. Like that animatronic and all that was so cool and such a great, weird old-timey scientific monster movie scene. And the whole stretch where the monster's with the old man, like I love the expansion upon that, and I think this is the first thing I saw. This is the first performance I have seen of Jacob Elordi's, and he
really, wow,
and he leapt off the screen, and it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, well, it's like I'm aware of him, and
Let's put on Saltburn.
I've seen him in interviews and trailers for things, but yeah, like this was a transcendent performance, and two, it is that earlier we mentioned he's not like hideous necessarily. He's kind of ethereal and unsettling, but sort of this Adonis thing, or like the modern Prometheus or whatever. And
I said during our reaction that he reminded me of the engineer from Prometheus.
Totally, yeah, and just his evolution, like the amount he was able to convey before having speech, when only having Victor as his sole mode of speech, and then as he begins to actually, learn to fully express the range of emotions through words and otherwise, is just so gripping, so wonderful.
I think he's good casting because it wasn't about stitching together like a bunch of corpses. Like they were trying to craft the perfect human, not just not a Boris Karloff thing.
He's got the flat top.
It's a long video for you guys.
We're just all excited.
Another thing I'll say before we get close to wrapping it up, but I love that it's a small moment between Frankenstein and Victor. Was when he was like telling him to say another word before he blows up the lab, and he says Elizabeth, and that even though he technically did what he wanted, he was still angry at the creature because he felt jealous of him because he was getting the attention that he perceived that he wasn't getting from her. So it was just like, oh well, extra fuck you, because that's the only word you can say, and then it bit him in the ass because he lost his leg because he tried to go back.
I think the writing in this is something that I'll remember quotes of when I read it. I need to see it, and I think that's the big highlight for me is the scene of the mad scientist scene. That was the first time I was like, these lines of dialogue are crazy.
Oh, dude.
Because you felt the passion, you felt the genius, you felt all that stuff, but it was also like a commentary on what it means to be alive. And which is the Frankenstein story.
Well, and Mary Shelley's credited on the script, so it's a great, I think, intersection of stuff is lifted wholesale from the book, but also Guillermo has enough poetry in his writing sensibility that he can bridge the gaps with everything he's creating and adding to it.
This is the exact thing I want to see a modernized take of. Actually, Greg brought up a really good point. I get that deconstructionist is very popular when something's been around a long time.
Yeah.
But I think that sometimes costs the original. And I keep thinking, when you think about Frankenstein, we think about the green monster with bolts in his neck because that's been 150 years of that. But if this was adapted today, the people that'd be like, you've ruined Frankenstein. So it's interesting to finally, after 200 years, get the book.
Yeah.
Even in a sense of anything.
Well, and you also find out who has any idea of the book versus the movies. Yeah, so I imagine for some people who only have that frame of reference from the 30s or, what is all this stuff with the ship captain? What is, it's definitely an interesting transition.
I loved it. It's my number 3 or 4 of the year.
It's truly tremendous.
So, well, that is our very full review with cameos. You got half the rejects and swarmed the studio to make sure you know how much we love Frankenstein. Please let us know in the comments below what your experience was. Please leave a like on this video. Please subscribe if you're not already. You got to see what 4 out of the 8 of us talk like. So subscribe to this page. There's a lot of rejects. Thank you to the patrons. Thank you to Prepper. Thank you to everyone who enjoyed this experience with us. And thank you to Guillermo del Toro for the summation of your work in one beautiful bit of art. And I look forward to what you do next. But it's going to be hard to top this absolute majesty. So thank you to everyone involved in this. And we'll see you for the next one. Bye, all.